Welcome back to the Bryght Podcast, where we unlock the power within you to rise, lead, and thrive. I am Wilhelmina Stöcker, and every week we dive into strategies that help you build unstoppable self-confidence, master your mindset, and grow your business skills. Whether you are an aspiring entrepreneur or a career-driven leader, managing a busy family, or simply looking for more fulfillment in life, you're in the right place. So get ready to break through barriers, step into your greatness, and take action towards the life you deserve. Today, we're going to talk about something a lot of us go through, but rarely talk about openly. What do we do when we feel ignored, attacked, or misunderstood? Either at work or at home, wherever you are. And more importantly, could those feelings be echoes from our past? So let's explore how to tell the difference between a real-time workplace issue and a personal trigger rooted in unresolved pain or conditioning. And I also will guide you through some ways to self-analyze, release, and respond from a place of power instead of pain. And who am I to share this with you? I have a background in business, and I've always worked with people as well for many decennia, I guess, as a life coach. And I studied some psychology, and just always have been fascinated with the human psyche. And even now in my business, Bryght Empowered Learning, my focus is truly on the human aspect of things. How can we improve our work environment? And I work with business leaders to see where they can improve the connection and the interaction in the workplace. So let's dive in. The moment you feel dismissed. We all have been there. You're in a meeting, you share a great idea, or no one is really listening or responds to you. They act like they are listening, but there's nothing that comes from it. So later someone else says the same exact thing and everyone jumps on it. Or colleagues send you an email that sounds passive aggressive, or you're constantly being left out of important decisions. So you feel ignored, dismissed, invisible, or even under attack. Now, sometimes, yes, this is about unfair systems or toxic environments, but let's look at it from a perspective that you can control. Could it be that it is something that you attract and keep attracting until it no longer activates a negative emotion in you? We can call it negative emotions or lower emotions, and I'm talking about anger, jealousy, envy, doubt, regret, sadness, fear, etc. That's being triggered when certain experiences or feelings are awakened within us. Well, triggers are messengers. So look at this as from that point of view, I guess. So here's a perspective shift. Every trigger is a teacher. When you feel overly hurt by being ignored, when you feel or find yourself spiraling after a comment, or when one incident feels so big it consumes your whole day, you might be looking at a gift. I call these gifts. These are signals, a sign that this isn't just about now, it's about then as well. So that 8-year-old, for instance, you felt unseen at home, the teenager who got shut down every time they spoke up, or the young adult who learned that being silent kept them safe. It could be any reason. Sometimes our nervous system is reacting to a familiar emotional memory, not the current situation. So it's important to do a self-check. Is this reaction proportional? Here's one of the most powerful thing you can do in moments like this. So pause, take a deep breath, and self-check. Ask yourself, okay, what exactly am I feeling right now? And this is maybe not something that you can do in the middle of a meeting, but after a meeting, for instance, when you feel something like that, a negative emotion popping up, Go to the restroom or sit behind your desk and take a moment and reflect. What exactly am I feeling right now? What is the story I'm telling myself about this moment? And have I felt this way before, long before this job? And be truthful, okay? Be humble and truthful and open, and allow yourself to see the real reason behind these feelings. And sometimes the emotion is about this situation, and other times it's amplified by the past wounds that hasn't fully healed just yet, okay? When we don't pause to check in, we end up reaching a place where we are reacting from the wound, not the wisdom. And that's not where you want to be. Okay, so rewriting the response is important. Once we identify that a trigger has rooted in our past, we can begin to rewrite the story. The practice is called, feel, frame, and flow. Okay, feel, acknowledge the feeling without judgment. I feel dismissed, for instance, or I feel threatened. Just name it. And that alone takes the charge down, when you are putting it out there. And funny enough, often we don't want to word it, we don't want to hear it because it's scary, but break through that and allow yourself to feel it fully, okay? And then frame it. Ask, is this feeling familiar? If so, try to trace it. When did I first feel this way? And realize you're not a child anymore. When it happens, maybe when you were a little kid. So you're the adult now with power, with tools, and allow yourself to understand that was then and this is now. Flow is the third step. Let the old emotion move through you. Journal it, for instance, or breathe through it, or visualize a different response happening, and then respond to the present situation with clarity, not reactivity. And I do this also with people in my hypnotherapy, my hypnosis sessions. It's very powerful to help reframe, the thought patterns. And try it yourself, and if not, there's help out there. And follow your heart with whatever resonates with you to achieve an accelerated healing from this situation. So don't make it about you when it isn't, because that's the key lesson. Not everything is about you, but the way you respond to things always is. I always taught my kids, when I was teaching them, when they were very little, it's not about what other people say or do. It's what you do about it. That's what matters. So be conscious about that. Sometimes people are distracted or insecure or thoughtless, and it has nothing to do with you. So learn to ask, is this about me, or is it about their own filters and fears? Self-worth and emotional maturity comes from being able to witness a moment without becoming the moment. Think about that, okay? Self-worth and emotional maturity comes from being able to witness a moment without becoming the moment. All right? Be objective. So cultivating emotional awareness is important. And here are 3 tools to help you stay centered in tough environments. Okay, we start with anchoring into the body. Notice your breath, ground through your feet, and get back to the now. It has to do, with your intent to stay in the moment and just breathe. Breathe through the feelings that pull you down. Okay, and then second one is daily reflection. Ask what triggered me today at the end of the day. Maybe when you're driving home from work, or maybe before you go to bed, or in the shower, whatever place and time you have where you can quiet the mind a bit and truly go within. And ask yourself, what did it teach me? And if not, what is it supposed to teach me? What can I do about this? Okay. Daily reflection, very, very important when you allow yourself to grow and evolve into a greater being. And the third step is healing support. Don't be afraid to explore healing, as I said before, through therapy, coaching, hypnosis, or programs like the Personal Acceleration Program I offer. There's a lot out there, and explore and try things out. Put action into thoughts and feelings. Because the more you understand your own wounds, the less likely they are going to run the show, because you don't want them to control your life, okay? So, closing thoughts. Here's what I want to leave you with. You're not too sensitive, you're not dramatic, and you're not overreacting. You are human. You are layered, and you are learning to separate what's happening from what's being awakened in you. Okay? So every trigger is a portal. Every moment of discomfort is a chance to return to yourself. Okay? So, and as you do this inner work, your outer world becomes less chaotic, more peaceful, and more aligned. So every moment of discomfort is a chance to return to yourself. But know that you're not alone in this journey. You're growing, you're awakening, and you are more than enough. Listen back to this. It will be recorded, so you can listen back to it anytime to be reminded of it. I always end with affirmations, and the affirmation that I would like to leave you with is, I am enough. I am self-aware. I am ready. These 3 affirmations are very, very powerful. And regardless if you are ready, if you are fully self-aware, by start saying these words, you start programming or reprogramming your mind, you're rewiring your system. And you are accelerating towards that fact. So until next time, again, keep leading from a place of self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and the truth of you. Thank you for listening.